Explain the difference to people that may not be familiar between the UAE and America, because the system of governance is different, obviously, from when you have a democracy where somebody votes for a president, where you have a kingdom, right? And a lot of people in the Western world have been trained to think that that is not an efficient way to govern. You can have a counter argument to that and say, how we look at democracy is not efficient. We just had a government shutdown. Yeah. So talk about the differences as far as government and how it's beneficial for entrepreneurs.
Amazing question. Each section of the city, like say roads, electricity and power supply, they are run as enterprises, businesses, and every year they have a competition.
Privately owned?
No, government owned.
Government owned, okay.
And each year they are basically competing about who gets the best customer happiness survey. Competition. And the people who lose, they get a month notice and they get fired if you don't fix your stuff. Again, for example, I think last month there was a power shortage in where my houses are. The government said, hey, there might be a shortage, so they got a generator outside the house to connect the houses in case we have a shortage, for example. That's like one small thing. You heard about the golden visa, right? Mm-hmm. So the golden visa, as an investor and so on, so you need a golden visa. Now they've built an embassy for golden visa holders. So if you have a golden visa in Dubai, UAE, if you have any problem anywhere in the world, let's say your passport got stolen, you got an issue, they give you a document so you can travel back to Dubai. So you've been treated more better than your own country in a lot of senses. Again, like the only way for you to explain Dubai is to come to Dubai. Because you think you're having a good life. You think so, but it's not. I look at Dubai as like Miami, but cleaner and with no drugs and just better service. That's the description. It's like Miami, same style, same cars, same people, so on, but like just cleaner and with no drugs and just better lifestyle and safer.
Safety is important. I think one of the things you leverage and had vision in social media. Yeah. Talk about having the vision early on, because you're talking about 14 years ago. So it's really at the start of Instagram and kind of shaping the narrative of, yes, Dubai tourism, but more so Dubai family.
Yes.
Right? Because that's where your sweet spot is. Talk about watching that evolution over the course of your expansion.
For the business, why? Business?
Mm-hmm.
Because we're almost the same age. So there's a lot of guys like us who come from nothing. Self-made, obviously, all of us. So we didn't have the life that we have right now. So now when we have children right now, you overcompensate and you overprovide because you want them to have a hardship. So I realized that made the kids also leading their shopping and spending powers. And I realized, okay, so why am I talking to them when I can just talk to them and they will talk to the kids and the families and they get the father and mother who have very good spending power now to spend with me. And that was the whole thing. So I made sure all the videos are real people having real fun. I think we got 4.9 stars on Google with 4,000 plus reviews. That only happens because you're good at what you do. Mm-hmm. That's it. And what I did with that was something very, very simple. I always have to do win-win-win. So, okay, I saw my staff working with the customers and my lifeguards, and I saw them trying to do extra job to get tips. It's like, hey, how about this? Don't get tips. Okay? Ask the customer to give a review for the water park and mention your name. Roy. Okay? And then every person who gets a review under the name, I'll give you an amount of dollars, like almost $10 almost. And by end of the month, first month, we've grew, I think, 300 reviews. Legit. My customers had great service. My staff got tips and they got more money. And my business looked better. Win, win, win. Such a simple thing. Because again, if I'm going to buy a review, it's going to cost me much more money. Mm-hmm. And it would look like a bot.
Yeah. So
it's real.
Became an incentive.
Yeah.
Talk about taxes. You mentioned that at the beginning, but really break that down. That's something that's been on social media a lot as far as there's no taxes in Dubai. Is there no taxes? Is there taxes on a corporation? Like, explain the actual tax system.
So there's no income tax.
Personal
no
income.
personal tax. There's no property tax. There's no federal tax. We have 5% VAT, via tax, on goods, 5%, and there's a 9% corporate tax. That's on your profits of your annual year. So you understand speeches. Whereas you made this much revenue, how much of that is your profit? That gets 9%.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Now, if we compare apples and apples, the fees you pay for certain government entities comparing to what you get somewhere else is cheaper. How much do you pay for insurance?
Health insurance?
And insurance.
Like $2,000 a month.
A month? Good God, for one person?
Me and my son, 2 people.
2 people, okay, that's so in a year, that's how much? 24,000?
24,000.
Okay, so for me, 3 people, I remember as well, 3 people will cost me around $700 for the whole year.
For the whole year?
Whole year. But I will get private hospitals. I can walk to any place right now, get an MRI test, get a blood test, get an X-ray, get my medication all for free. Private hospitals. I don't have to wait a month or 2 months for a dentist appointment and that nonsense. It doesn't exist here. I just walk in and get it, same day. That's the one simple thing, healthcare. So that's the whole thing. So like the money you make stays with you.
So, okay. If you're not getting tax revenue and you're getting free subsidies, how's that work? Because like if the government taxes usually pays for services,
yes,
right?
Supposedly.
So if the government,
supposedly.
Yeah, for sure.
Allegedly.
Thank
you.
That's what they say.
Yes.
So
have you seen your roads and you seen my roads?
No, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
So if there's no revenue, if there's no,
you seen our roads?
if there's no revenue coming in, from taxes, and school is free.
No, you we have 2 types of schools. They have private schools and government schools. Private schools, you pay for them, but if you compare them here in America, it's way cheaper here. Government schools is free, obviously, but it's a different kind of education. How do we make the money? Because there's fees, there's service fees.
Service fees on goods, products, services.
Yeah. But again,
and it's a small country, so it's relatively
regardless,
less people.
But still, it is the money managed properly. When they give, hey, we're doing this new bridge. This bridge is ready in 3-4 months, not 2-3 years. You understand me? When we built the metro in 3 years, Germany said, how do you do it in 3 years? It's impossible. At least 9 years. It was done in 3 years. So that's the whole thing. It's the money is managed properly. There's no bullshit. There's none of that nonsense you have there.
There's 2 sides to that coin, right? Like we've watched, when we talk about success, love, and speed, that also leaves the door for error, right? We've watched recently other countries that had large-scale projects that are now saying that we're not going to be able to create.
I saw that.
We'll leave their names
too
out
ambitious,
of it. Right? Is it too ambitious, and does it leave you susceptible to making mistakes that potentially could be harmful? Because this is a place that relies on tourism and people coming to invest and now live. Does that come into the thought process anytime when you're trying to expand?
Okay, so Dubai don't have oil. No oil,
right.
No natural gas. Dubai income is from tourism, import and export, and trading. Just to clear that up. There's no oil in this city whatsoever. Oil comes from Abu Dhabi, the capital, but that money doesn't come here. That's a different city. So Dubai doesn't have that. Dubai is good in their tourism, their trading, import, export, their free zones, all the stuff. They're very good in this stuff. So you were saying something, I just lost my thought.
About when you're expanding too fast.
Because again, we have the infrastructures. Remember COVID days?
Yes.
Okay, so you guys used to fight for tissues, remember? Remember that time?
That was a time, yes.
Yeah, we used to have offers on tissues. Offers. Buy a thing, get 5 for free. Okay? Our supermarkets was not empty. There's nothing empty. There was never a shelf empty. Logistics were good here. When they needed to build these hospitals for what they call them, quarantine and stuff, they built, I think, one of the hospitals had 8,000 beds, was done in 48 hours. With
48 hours?
Yes. It was built with beds, all the machines, nurses and everything in 48 hours. They took a big exhibition hall and switched to a hospital. So that's the whole thing. The management is different here. They have backup for backup for backup. That's the difference. You know?